The audio. Okay. Man, I gotta really remember to speak my words. I gotta remember to unlock my voice and say my words and speak the things, or else people cannot hear me when I say things. Look at that. Okay. And as usual, let's just restart that. Let's just go back from the beginning and go, what's ghouling on, my funky fiends? It's me, your guide to the ghoulish, the phantom of foolish, the Grand Duke of Spook himself, Chris Bell, coming to you live from right here inside the Creature Corner. Now you're all caught up to what I said 25 seconds ago, and you couldn't hear. So, it was the 5th and final week for the Boo Review crew, and it was a sad, it's bittersweet, because yeah, we're all exhausted from going as hard as we have this season, but it was worth every second of it. We've gotten to do some really cool haunts this year. We've gotten to experience some really awesome things from everybody, and I just want to preface this video by saying thank you to all the haunt owners out there that have hosted us and invited us to come out and treated us so awesome, rolled out the red carpet when we got there. You all have made this season one to remember 100 times over, and I appreciate every single one of you. So, I believe I've got some other videos coming this week too. We're going to be dropping a kind of a total recapsulated, we're dropping, what's going on here? 25%, okay. I know, Kira, I cannot believe it's over either. It doesn't seem like it should be. It really doesn't. Like, thank you, Adam Pemberton, for liking also. It doesn't feel like it should be over. It seems like we just got started. Like, we just hit our groove thing, right? I am going to be dropping a video on Friday of kind of a total encapsulation of everything that we've done, to where you can get a good idea of where you want to spend your last weekend of spooky season. There's a 1 weekend left to get out and experience these haunts for yourself, and I'm going to drop it early Friday, so that way you can watch it throughout the day and maybe make some Friday and Saturday plans to get out and check it out. A lot of people have also been asking me, like, you know, when are you gonna rank them? When are you gonna, what was the best? What was the worst? What's the, I think people really want me to, like, stir the pot and get shit started. But the plain and honest truth is, simply put, different strokes for different folks, I mean, something that I may think is awesome, someone else may not enjoy it. And something, so these reviews that we've been doing in the video that I'm going to be releasing tomorrow, or Friday, is not so much about which one was the best, which one was the worst, but I'm going to try to kind of pigeonhole them into which ones are best for you. So I'm going to go through everywhere that we've been again in that video, and give you an idea of what goes on there, what kind of scare factor they have, what the ambience is like, how much time you can spend there, what the price is like, and then you can make a decision based on where you'd like to go, because some people may not want a super high intensity haunt. Maybe you got a bunch of kids and some of them are really young and they've never been to a haunted house before, so you want a more family-friendly haunt. And maybe some of you crazy people out there want some high adrenaline pumping scares in your face, and I don't want to send you to some family-friendly haunt. So, like I said, what I think's the best may not be the best for you. So let me be your creepy concierge and give you a good idea of where you need to go this haunt season. But beyond all that, I'm done talking about that. That video will come out Friday. And also in that video, there will be actual testimonials from the Boo Review crew themselves. I will be sitting down with members of the Boo Review crew, asking them some questions about what they liked, what they didn't like, and maybe what their favorite haunt was this season. Because you guys, I feel like, haven't really gotten to hear from the Boo Review crew, and they were such a huge part of this. Like, yeah, you see my face on the camera a lot, but none of this would have been possible without my team, without my crew running the roads with me, going everywhere, helping me through everything. Like, you guys made this possible. The Boo Review crew is not one person. It's a unit. The G unit. The Boo Review crew. aka the Wu-Tang Clan. That's us. Okay, and we had a good time. We had a really good time. So we'll be talking with the Boo Review crew in that video coming out Friday. So keep those eyes peeled for that. Any hoozy, rolling right along, everybody. Let's just start with the start and go from there. So we're gonna jump back to last weekend, not the weekend before this last one, which would have been week 4 for the Boo Review crew. It seems Facebook saw our video with the Stranger Things imagery in it, even though Netflix invited us to come do that. Facebook doesn't know that, and they decided to take my video down because they're awesome. Thanks, Zuckerberg. Yeah, and that's the other thing that most people don't know. The Boo Review crew is actually not allowed to be friends with each other or actually talk to each other until haunt season. So, just so everyone knows, we're no longer friends until next, like September 30th of next year. See you guys then. No. I love those guys. I love them all so much. So since Facebook decided to destroy my video from last week, we're going to recap Avondale Haunted Barn and Frightmare Manor. So start off with Avondale. That was the first stop we hit during week 4. And I always love going to Avondale. Avondale is such a fun haunt. It's such a well done haunt. Lots of original scares. I think they have more actors per square foot than any haunt that I've been to this season. And the price, $16.50 for a ticket, which is very affordable. They really want people to be able to not only come to their haunt, but they don't want it to break the bank. Maybe if you're on a fun date night, you want to go to a haunted house, little dinner afterwards, you'll have money to do that. Avondale puts on a great show for a great price, and we're going to pop over here to the B-roll section and give you guys a first-hand look at what Avondale has going on just outside. Really great location, and like Kira just put it, the history of the property at Avondale is super cool. If you really get into their backstory or read about their backstory and learn it, when you're on the property itself, you can seriously like stand there and just point out the historical locations that they're talking about in their backstory. Avondale is one of the places too that has stuck to the historical accuracy of their backstory to a T. Like, I actually heard word that some other big name haunt reviewers that go around, I won't name any names, but some other big name haunt reviewers actually docked Avondale points for not having a chainsaw guy that chases you at the end of the haunted house. To which they responded, well, in the Civil War, they didn't have chainsaws. So they, to a T, have even their clown, even their sideshow performers, because you like to touch on that phobia too in these haunts, even those are more apt to the sideshow, freak show aspect of it, of that time, of that era. They don't stray too far away from the historical accuracy. They really did a great job at the smells, the various smells throughout each room. Each room kind of has its own distinct odor, which I don't know what was placed there and what wasn't, but brava to you, Avondale. I remember the first year that we went to Avondale, I wasn't sure what to expect because the price point being what it is, and it being a barn haunt, people may be like, how good could it really be? It's great. Okay, I have had every expectation blown. with Avondale, and that's why I love going back every year. People I know go multiple times a year, multiple times a season to Avondale. It's a great haunt. It's family run. The owner and his son get together in like February and start building the whole thing, and they're so dedicated to this. So Avondale is a great, great haunt, especially if you need a good spooky night. You're maybe on a little bit of a budget, maybe not a budget, but you know, it's one that's not going to break the bank. It's something that you can have a haunt and a little taste of something after. So Avondale's a great one to go to. I highly recommend checking it out this haunt season. Excuse me. So, moving right along, we have the frightening, fearful terribleness that was Frightmare Manor. And let me also just say, the drive over on the tiny back road between Avondale and Frightmare Manor may have been more terrifying than any haunted house we've gone to this season. I don't know what it was about that road, but it just seemed like everything in the world was the beginning of a horror movie. Like, I don't know, there was a dog in the middle of the road at one point, and you want to stop because you want to help the dog, because what's this dog doing in the middle of the road at night? And then you find out that if you do that, you have to turn around in this weird driveway that has a church sign, but it's actually a car lot full of old classic cars that are really run down. And then the dog goes back up another driveway. So I think the dog's working with somebody out there on that road. I'm not sure. And then we come across a car that is just like diagonal in the side of in the middle of the road with their flashers on. And we're like, no. We stopped for the dog, but not for these. Let's go around these people. And as soon as they noticed we were going around them, they just pulled off the road and turned their headlights off. So that was a good time. I wonder sometimes if these haunt owners don't just position people miles outside of the haunt to just maybe that guy's going to the haunt. I'm going to screw with him a little bit and set the tone for how scary the night's going to be. So just prepare for that. If at night and if you're trying to do Avondale Haunted Barn and Frightmare Manor at the same time, the road between them is quite terrifying. So we got down to Frightmare Manor. Frightmare Manor was a really cool haunt. Super big. It's, huge place. Lots of production goes into it. You have 4 different haunts that you go through throughout the entire Scream Park, because it is a Scream Park. There's a massive midway. There's all kinds of different things you can do in the midway. Some of the most delicious kettle corn that I've ever eaten was in that midway. Oh my god, it was good. But the people over at Frightmare Manor have definitely done a great job at really finding out the thing you're afraid of and hammering it in there. They found a way to attack every phobia and fear known to man in the duration of 4 haunted houses. And I say 4 haunted houses, but the 3rd and the 4th one are actually combined. Backwoods and Rage are you come out of Backwoods and go immediately into Rage, which 100% earned its name. We'll just start with the beginning. We walk in the giant Scream Park, having a good time. The owner met up with us. Like I said, they always roll out the red carpet when the Boo Review crew shows up, which is super cool. Thank you all. He took us straight to the front of the line and started us off at Carnival, which is a very large wooden fort structure full of clowns and funhouse chicanery. So if you are afraid of clowns and have that phobia, Carnival's really going to get you, because it was a fun haunt. I liked the design of it. It reminded me of an adult, like an adult fort playground, if you know what I'm talking about. All the different levels and platforms and ways you have to go up and down and sideways and out. It was a lot of fun. It's very disorienting, but they definitely had a good time. And the actors in there are having a really good time, running around scaring you. Great time in Carnival. Then Carnival lets out and you go over to the actual manor that is Frightmare Manor. And if you know anything about their story, Jeremiah Lexer, one of the most prolific serial killers in Tennessee, murdered his family, performed heinous experiments on people on the property, and then eventually, after murdering his entire family, threw himself out of the top story window, ending his life. Which is where your journey begins. You will ascend this terrifying staircase to the window that Mr. Jeremiah Lexer threw himself from, and that is where you walk into the haunt. That is where you begin that haunt. So you go through Frightmare Manor. What is going on, Jason Gotzi? Thank you for jumping in the stream, saying hello. It's good to hear from you, my friend. Frightmare Manor out there. You're going through the manor itself, and it's exactly like being in a haunted house in a movie. Like, all of the corridors are very daunting and almost enclose on you, even though they're not. Lots of different crazy scenes and things as you're going through this house, and lots of scares in the aspect of the claustrophobia and the grabbing. Very abrupt and aggressive grabs on the arms and shoulders and clothing, stuff like that, ankles. Just be prepared for that. They do touch you a little bit in Frightmare Manor through the actual house itself. They're a little grabby at times, but for those of you who like that, it's a good scare because they'll get you. You make it all the way through Frightmare Manor. Maybe you might make it all the way through, and then you get to test your real grit going through Backwoods and Rage. So when I say that it really affects and attacks all different kinds of phobias, I find it interesting when I get to go through these haunts with other groups, because I don't always love doing that, but sometimes it gives me a chance to kind of also observe how other people are enjoying the experience, what they're experiencing. Hey, things about the strange thing. I know, Jennifer, but you know what? I'm gonna figure it out, and I'll make another video and another one and another one. Facebook, you hear me? So, we will get that fixed, though. We will get that fixed. So, because that's what I was saying. I get to watch how other people go through the haunt, how other people react to things. Because sometimes something that's, like I said, not necessarily scary to me is very scary to other people. Case in point being, when you're first going through Backwoods, you are literally in a just in the woods at night, and there's some figures that and stuff pops out, and there's some good scares in there, but at first you're just kind of in the darkness of the woods, which to me was very relaxing. It's a very nice nighttime stroll through the woods. But then I noticed the group behind us was literally just shuffling along at the speed of smell, trying to get ahead, trying to keep up with us. And I was like, oh, I guess being alone in the dark in the woods to certain people is very scary. So that makes sense. So you get out of Backwoods and you go straight into Rage, which definitely, like I said, earned its name. Rage is chaos. That whole haunt is just insanity. Those actors that are in Rage are a whole different clique of scare actors than you experience anywhere else in the park. Those people in there are having a real good time. Let me tell you, but you're not. If you're really looking for that high octane scare, Rage got me too. Definitely got me. Towards the end, there is a fog maze unlike any fog maze I've ever gone through. You cannot see more than a few inches in front of your face. There's just music blaring, this intense music blaring, strobe lights are going everywhere, and I legitimately panicked. Like, I deal with all aspects of spooky season. I've helped haunted houses build. I've worked in haunts. I've filmed commercials for haunts. I go through haunts every season. I'm not an easy one to scare. I do jump scare very easily. I'm kidding. But I don't get genuinely panicked or like actually afraid at a lot of these haunts. This room in Frightmare definitely did it to me. And I don't necessarily love becoming panicked and afraid, But I do know there are people out there that really look for that heart pounding adrenaline rush, and Rage gave it to me. They gave me something real special out there. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. They had some really original stuff, like the Lexer jump, which is basically a free fall. You just jump, no harness, no nothing, off of this very tall platform, and maybe you live or not. I don't know. They have a big crash pad at the bottom, which was pretty cool. Yes, it did. The fog was an eternity. I felt like I was in that fog for forever. There were times I felt like I couldn't breathe, and I know this was just like the panic setting in and everything, which they did their job perfectly. Frightmare Manor did their job perfectly at scaring the bejesus out of me. I wasn't sure I was going to make it out. I thought I might die at Frightmare Manor. Like, this is it. This is where old Chris Bell going to clock out here. Because, whoo. But once we did get out, I had time to calm down, and Michael consoled me and hugged me and held me for a little bit. He's very nice. He showed me around the rest of the park. We got some delicious kettle corn, which made a lot of things better. And just real quick, let's pop over here to that B-roll section and check out this video from Frightmare Manor.
I'm scared.
Go!
Don't do it until he gets slap me.
Couldn't hear me. What I said in the one portion of that video, it was that I was afraid that he was gonna slap me down with his big meaty dad hands, which was a very it's completely valid thing to be afraid of. When we got there, people were not minding the rules, and they were running ahead to go up the up on the deck there before they were supposed to. And old Michael came around. He laid down the law. And I think I was more afraid of him than even Rage. I stood there. And they're like, go ahead and go up there. I was like, I don't want to go up there until he tells me to go up there, because I will be slapped back down off of that thing. So, but, because he's trying to keep you safe. So, there was a quick look at the awesomeness that is Frightmare Manor. And like I said, if you were looking for a high-intensity haunt with lots of scare factor, lots of adrenaline pumping scares, I definitely recommend Frightmare Manor. So, now that we have recapped what we had originally done last week before Facebook took it away, let's jump to the 5th and final week now of the Boo Review crew. So this weekend, we did AMS Haunted Attractions and Halloween Hollow. So we'll start with AMS because we did that Friday night, and that is where our second to last stop was on the tour. AMS Haunted Attractions is located out in Maryville, Tennessee. And I really, really do enjoy this haunt a lot. Not just because I'm friends with the owners or anything like that, but because I have actually gotten to watch this haunt grow and develop and become what it is now. The first year that they were open, I believe, was one of my first years going out on the haunt reviews and really starting to do that. And seeing a group of people that were running basically a haunt for a canned food drive. They were a charity event. They were doing everything for a good cause, which was really awesome. But doing things for a good cause doesn't always leave you a lot of money for production value. So they were a backyard haunt. They were a lot of fun, but they weren't where they wanted to be yet. And now I went back this year, and I've gone back years in the past, and just every year they get better and better and better. And this year they blew it out of the water with Hillside Penitentiary and Asylum. That's their theme for this year. And what a freaking cool, the set designs that they've put together at this place is phenomenal. They've done so much work this season, and it is a $10 haunt. $10 to go through this. It's a great family haunt too. Yes, you can really tell that the people at AMS love what they're doing. Kira's absolutely right. They're just out there having a great time, having so much fun scaring people. I got to see families that they had kids that it was the first time they had ever gotten to go to a haunted house, and AMS was their first haunt, and seeing the terror in their little faces and the anxiety ridden, just like, it was so pure and good. And the scare, just the almost like escape room aspect that AMS has put into their scenes this year too was so cool. The misdirections, and the fridge. Okay, your refrigerator scene was so cool. What a trippy kind of psychotropic horror scene to see what freezer burn looks like. It was so cool, and it was such a simple room, but oh my god, you guys did so much with it. And I loved it. I absolutely loved everything about AMS this year. The outside ambience all the way through into the haunt. The queue line is awesome. I can't say enough good things about AMS this year. They have come so far. They've done so much work, and it really shows. And for them to be a $10 haunt, you'd never know it. And they're a great haunt to go to. Great haunt, especially, like I said, if you have a very large family, you got young kids, you got, not toddlers, but, preteens, stuff like that. They are really going to love AMS. Me and the Boo Review crew, we loved AMS. I'm seeing adults running, screaming out of the end scene. You can hear them in there freaking out, screaming at the top of their lungs. Grown men screaming like little babies. And I loved it. It was so good this year. So let me pop over to this B-roll section again and give you a quick look at AMS Haunted Attractions.
AMS Haunted Attraction.
Can we just take a quick second and talk about how adorable Adam Pemberton is with his head poked out at the end of that haunt? I absolutely love that shot. Hello, Amber. How are you all doing tonight? You guys having fun? You guys tuned into the show? Thank you so much for jumping on. Hello, Chelsea. Hello, Justin East. Hello, John Jeffries. Justin East, I haven't got to talk to you since we went to the wonderfulness that was Stranger Things. Just real quick, I'd like to say thank you for helping Netflix realize who the Boo Review crew was and having us sent to Atlanta to go experience Stranger Things. Love you, bro. So, he is too. He's so adorable. Okay? Adam is so friggin' cute, sticking his head out at the end of the haunt there. I love that video of him. It's just I just want to pinch his little cheeks. Oh, hello, Chelsea. Hi. All right. So you got to have a quick look there at the outside of AMS. I would also like to say that they have a pretty awesome child brawl scene in their haunt, which is one that I have never seen yet. But these kids are like bare knuckle boxing each other or whatever in a room. It's cool. I think Ashley may have incited slightly more violence than needed to be. But those kids are tough. Man, that one kid could take a punch. I heard the connection. It was, whew. I loved it, though. Also, Austin out there, if you got to see the live deal that we did, Austin's a great guy. He's the owner out there, the guy that was in my live video with me that I got to interview. Chelsea, I am positive that they would probably love to take, because the kids get tired. You can only work them so much. Union laws and all that aren't what they used to be. The kids' room, and someone, yes, Amanda Thompson, yes, it is. The kids' room at AMS is off the hook. They asked us when we got out, they said, what was your favorite room? We were like, the kids. And they were like, yeah, that's been everybody's favorite room. So just know that those children are out there bludgeoning each other for your amusement. You should be happy. So, like I said, I just can't say enough good things about AMS this year. They were so much fun. Such a great haunt. Definitely get down there and check out AMS out in Marable this year. You'll be glad you did. I promise. All right. Moving right along to the final haunt that we did. I believe haunt number 14 is what we wound up with at the very end. 14 haunts this season. Good God. And we did it for you. We did it so you could see, so you could live vicariously through us and decide which ones were best for you to spend your money at. So our final stop on the Tour of Terror, the Boo Review crew wound up at Halloween Hollow. Now, I just want to start by saying this was Halloween Hollow's first season ever. This was the first year Halloween Hollow has been open. They've not had previous years. They've not had build up to this. Everyone, I do need a little more coffee. How do people know? Even when I'm like slightly high energy, but not like super high energy, people can tell. I don't have that chaotic goblin energy going on, and I'm not all sweaty and disheveled. So people are like, he hasn't had enough coffee yet. I'm glad that's the reputation I'm maintaining, though. That's good. I like it. We went out there. Oh, they are open Thursday through Monday out there at AMS. Bing, 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 bing. Just so everybody knows, get out there Thursday through Monday. Yes, Halloween Hollow blew it out of the park on their first year. Are you kidding me? So, this place is huge. It's huge. And there's so much to do there. There's so many activities, and they have nowhere to go but up from here. They have plans. The plans that they have, oh my God. This is going to be a huge haunt. This is going to be probably one of the biggest haunts in the area by the time these people get done. Just right off the bat, their entertainment for the night, when you got there, before you even get into the haunt itself, they have like a nice concessions area. You can get your merch, you can get your tickets, you can get some tasty food truck stuff. Halloween Hollow is out towards Cookville. I believe Spring Point, something like that. Spring Point. Yes, you are going to have to come back to Tennessee next season, hit him up, because, oh my God, so much fun. So yeah, Halloween Hollow's out there in Cookville, out towards Cookville, out towards that area. Spring Point, I think, is the official place it's in, but I could be completely wrong about that. We've been a lot of places this season. Silver Point. Yeah, thank you, John Jeffries, for helping me not look stupid. There we go. I was Spring Pines, Spring Point. I was close. Silver Point, out there in Silver Point, Tennessee. Absolutely amazing haunt. You walk up, concessions, tickets, food trucks, and this weekend they had the Nashville Knights, who are fully armored medieval knights with real swords and battle weapons that get into a circle and fight each other with their weapons and knightly knowledge and armor. What? This is just when you walk in the door. I'm back in medieval times. Automatically, there are swords clashing and clanging, and people are just like, blah, blah, kneeing each other. Oh my God. What an experience to see people fight in olden times and medieval times, and then all of those people took a cool picture with me, and I really appreciated it. Thanks, Nashville Knights. I looked like a little baby human child with all those people. Those men look like what I'm going to look like when I grow up, because they're Nashville Knights, Chelsea. They are some big old boys. You'll see. There's gonna be pictures in the B-roll. I look like a baby man next to these guys. So thanks for, I think one of them even crouched down a little bit so I didn't look so small. So thank you for that, Nashville Knights. But you walk past the awesome night ship if you can, because I stood there for a good hot minute just watching these men clash armor with one another. You start heading towards the giant pumpkin mouth, which I am told is the sister pumpkin to our friends out at Frightworks. So gigantic pumpkin mouth that you walk through that opens up into the town of Halloween Hollow. Now, they've got, as soon as you walk in, you'll notice over here is the Anarchy Laser Battle. What? What's Anarchy Laser Battle, Chris? Well, let me tell you what Anarchy Laser Battle is. Viewer, Anarchy Laser Battle was one of the coolest laser tag experiences that I've had in my entire life. Based off of Call of Duty metrics, weapons, and gameplay, you get 8 minutes, which you're like, 8 minutes? How, that's not really long. Okay, I have not had that much physical activity in an 8-minute time span, and I don't know how long, because I have never been so tired in my life. I'm so glad that was the last thing we did, was the Anarchy Laser Battle, because I don't know if I would have had the strength or energy to continue on for the rest of the night if I had done that first. The Anarchy Laser Battle, they give you a headpiece that's laser activated, and they give you a gun, which has 2 settings, a battle rifle or super shotgun. There are ammo reloads, ammo depots, respawn stations, and even a special secret weapon depot that you can hit while battling all of your friends in either free-for-all action or team gameplay. Oh yeah, they've got them both. We, of course, the Boo Review crew, went free-for-all, let out some steam, took out, unspoken whatever. No, we just had a really good time shooting each other. I think me and Adam shot each other in the face at one point with a shotgun, killed each other, killed our, boom, boom, both died, and we're like, we both killed each other. It was such a good time. So much fun. Dylan won. I'll just say Dylan took the game very seriously. I was afraid he was going to rifle butt me at one point and kick me in the chest and Dylan gets very competitive. But we had a great time. We had so much fun. So like I said, we did that last. But you will notice that as soon as you walk in. They've got some really crazy cool large decorations set up all over the place. And when we were there, there's a tent down here, and inside of that tent was none other than Madame Bastet, the feline fortune teller. You'll see some B-roll of her too. She's down there being all kitty cat-like and reading tarot cards. Let me look into your future. Meow. That's her. So you go past Madame Bastet in the town of Halloween Hollow. And there, the death noise was oh my god, I almost forgot. See, this is why I need you guys jumping in so that I can... Excuse me, girls18.online? There is a YouTube channel that's trying to advertise in the comments. Best online dating site. It's the best. Oh god, okay. Stop it. Why do I not have mods? Where did someone stop this thing from commenting on the video? Okay, yes, back to the death noise that your headset makes when you die is so ridiculous. It just goes, ah! You know you're dead. Oh, God. Dylan did kill it. Dylan's very impressive. We all like Dylan. He gets ladies because he's tall and he smells good. That's what we determined. The death noise. The best adult dating site. Thank you. The fire dancers. Here we go. We've made it past Madame Bastet and the Anarchy Laser Battle. I bet she was pretty accurate and awesome. She's a huge draw. I know she had a line all night long, Madame Bastet. The Inferno Circus Sideshow, I believe is what their full name was really awesome too. 2 fire performers doing some really cool stuff. One of them had one of those crazy wands that is just they just do this with and it spins all crazy like. That was really cool. Then the lady had this like giant fiery peacock mount that she wore on her back and flames came from it. Super cool. She was like juggling daggers at one point and then licking the fire daggers out. Crazy cool show. Very, and just like nonchalantly happening off to the side as you wait. No. She's a cat. She is a cat. You'll see. Just watch the B-roll and you will see the Sphinx cat that is Madame Bastet, the feline fortune teller. Yes, Adam, we will get to that sentence. You smell different when you're awake in a moment. The fire dancers were crazy cool. Then, finally, after you've gotten through all of that, the first haunted house is upon you. I believe Dark Raven was the name, Dark Raven Manor. Oh no, you have the flu, Chelsea. That's no good. I hate to hear that. Don't want that. You're not dumb. Nobody said that. Come on now. You just got the flu. No, and she is, you'll see how cat-like she really is. She's got this crazy Sphinx cat mask that she wears. It's very, very lifelike. It's cool. It's a really cool thing to see. Dark Raven Manor, when you get to it, wow. The house itself is so cool. It's just, I don't know, like, it was unlike really any of the other manors or haunted houses that we went through this year. It seemed that they didn't really have to do much to the house to make it terrifying. It was just kind of naturally there. But the effects, the work, and the scenery that they put into this place is absolutely incredible. If I had just gone through and no one had been like, this is our first year doing this, there's no way I would have had any idea. I would have assumed they've been doing this for 20 years at the level that they already are at. So the 3 haunts that they have are the Dark Raven Manor, the Video Rewind, the Hello Video Store, and the Big Meat's Slaughterhouse. So Big Meat Slaughterhouse is their more intense, quick, fast-paced haunt. It's not as long as the others, but it's a lot before you can make it through. So I would honestly, I would suggest doing when you go, if you get, because, okay, sorry. If you go, they offer several different varieties of ticket prices. $15 will get you in the door, one haunt, the one and done pass. They have that all the way up to this multi-pass and even a VIP pass. So the multi-pass allows you to go through all 3. What did I say? Get out of here. All 3 attractions, but their RIP, VIP tickets actually give you the ability to go through the haunts as many times as you want. You can go get scared as many times as you want all night long, and it's a really great idea. I like the idea of being able to just hang out here all night and go through these haunts. So cool. So definitely go through the slaughterhouse first. Let that get your adrenaline pumping, get your heart rate up, because it's the shortest one. Then I would suggest going to the video store. The whole front end of this video store looks like your classic Blockbuster, Movie Station, those awesome places. And then you walk inside, and it is literally set up like an old school video store, complete with VHS tapes being in all the boxes. So everything's on the shelf. Everything looks completely legit. And this is where their queue line actually goes. So while you're waiting in line to go into the haunt, you get to watch scary movies on the TV. There's a whole laundry list and library and catalog of VHS tapes inside the haunt itself, along with TikTok famous Rewind, who was there this season to play their queue line actor. Great guy, super fun, super into it, really makes it a fun experience being in the video store, and hands down the video store was one of the coolest sets that they had. Then you get entered into your very own scary movie. So after the video store portion, you're going through all kinds of scary different movie scenes, different movie setups, different plots and scenes, and it's really wild. Then you get out of that, and that's when I would suggest going through the Manor. The Manor is very, very cool. It's a nice, it's one of those very like eerie kind of haunts. You still have the big scare jump actors and things like that, but then you also have those actors that are just subtly creepy, which to me sometimes that's an even more effective scare than being bah, ah, bah, bah, so in your face. And now we can get back to the fact that yes, at one point in time, one of those actors leaned out behind Adam, sniffed him, and then said, "You smell different when you're awake." That really, like, that fucking ruined him for the rest of the night. That has stuck with him for a week now. And yes, Chelsea, everybody wants to be in a horror film until they're in a horror film. Available now at thecreaturecorner.com. We have stickers that say that. If you've never bought merch from us, our stickers say everyone wants to be in a horror movie until they're in a horror movie. And it's very true. And Halloween Hollow did a good job at plopping you right in the middle of a horror movie because, oh my God. So much fun though. I guess now, oh yes. So after all the haunts, or if you just need a break from the haunts, you're going to take yourself up to the corn maze area. Now, their corn maze is a scare-free zone. And the reason for this being is that the Tennessee Ghostbusters are hanging out outside the corn, doing scans and warding off any spooky spirits that are trying to come up there and do their frightening. Busting all over the place up there, man. They're scanning people. They got a little something off my shoulder. I came through. They're like, hang on. Got it. You're good. And it made me feel better. It honestly did. They're up there watching the Ghostbusters while hanging out with the Marshmallow Stay Puft Man and Slimer. They've got their decked out car up there the Tennessee Ghostbusters have. And then you go through the actual corn maze itself, and it's just a dark corn maze. So it's actually like I said, if you like being kind of in stuff like that at night, very relaxing. Especially since it's a no scare zone. Great, except for there are some kids that like to run ahead of their group and then try to jump out and scare them, and sometimes they scare the wrong people. That's pretty funny. But The corn maze itself is a no scare zone, which was a lot of fun for people that just need a second to decompress from all the craziness that's happening out on the main there. So let's pop over now to the B-roll section, and let me show you guys a little bit of what they got going on out there. Enjoy. How cool is all of that? I mean, what? All that in one season. First season open, and they got all that going on. And yes, what kind of monster likes disco? The boogeyman. And what do demons eat for breakfast? Deviled eggs. I loved the corny jokes on the signs. Just, like I said, that video store, holy crap. What a cool experience walking into that place. Yes, and see, Chelsea, I told you, a literal cat. She is a cat lady. That Madame Bastet, queen of the cats. That's what, feline fortune teller. And yes, Amber, I would definitely recommend making a field trip out there next year. And I just read yesterday, actually, that they offer camping. You can go camping at Halloween Hollow. So you get spooked all night, and then you go out just outside of Halloween Hollow and set up camp. And camp there, they were posting that they've been having some problems. Well, not problems, but some encounters and sightings of the Wendigo. Yes, that's correct. The ancient cryptid of lore is hanging out at Halloween Hollow. They said that the other night they had so many people, including themselves, that were hearing in the woods outside a young girl calling for help, crying out for help, and no one could find her. So many complaints, in fact, that they actually got the sheriff's department involved to go out and look and see what was going on. To which they never found anything out there. So they aren't sure if that was the Wendigo playing tricks or maybe looking for its next meal. You could find out for yourself this weekend at Halloween Hollow and maybe get one of those camping sites, do an overnight visit, and let us know if you survived to see the morning. I'd like to know. I just don't know that I'm brave enough to try it. No, I would love. I didn't know that they did that because honestly, I would love to do some camping, some glamping. That's what I'm talking about, some glamping next year at Halloween Hollow. Because after that Anarchy laser battle, I need to lay down and take a nap. It is very physically strenuous. They've got some great roaming scare actors around. Like I said, that the Crazy Fire, super cool. You can see all of that and more over on my TikTok at the Creature Corner. Make sure you're following me here on Facebook at the Creature Corner and all that good stuff. We'll be posting that video Friday with the Boo Review crew and myself, kind of going back over all the haunts that we've done this year so that you can maybe pick out the one that's best for you and yours. Other than that, man, what a season. 14 haunts, 5 weeks. Whew. I don't know what the record is, but we should try to break it one year. I know next year we're building up. We're going to get even bigger and better. We have some, I'm not even going to say it yet. We've got some big stuff planned, though. Some very big things planned for next year. This is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger every year. I want us to be unlike any other review team out there, because we're not here to tell you who's the best and here's the worst. We're here to tell you who's the best for you. And what better way to do that than to go out and experience it and let you know what our experience was like. Live vicariously through us and then decide if you want to spend money there or not. What I hope to do is promote more people going to the places that they need to be to have fun, and try to eliminate the blind kind of going in and just buying a ticket to a haunt that you're not really sure about and that maybe you're not going to have a good time at. And then you don't have a good time and it leaves a bad taste in your mouth with that haunt. And then you tell other people that, oh, this haunt's not that good, when in reality, it just wasn't the one for you. So stay tuned here. Keep those eyes peeled on everything that we keep doing. And just thank you all. Thank you for staying tuned in. Thank you for engaging in these videos, old, new, and everyone in between that has followed, featured, and, you know, helped this journey along. I appreciate it. Yeah. So for us here at the Creature Corner and the CreepyCon Boo Review crew from the Tour of Terror, this is the end. This is the wrap up. This is the final recap video that we will be doing here on the Creature Corner until next year. For haunt season, at least, we're going to be having plenty of content still here on the Creature Corner, don't worry. But as for the haunt reviews, this is the end. We'll be doing our Creepy Concierge video on Friday with the Boo Review crew, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, though, I would just like to let you all know to keep those eyes peeled, my funky fiends, because there's always more creepy and more chaos ghouling on in the Creature Corner. And I'd like to extend a special farewell tonight to my little buddy Dresden. Dresden, let's say it together. A boo-bye. Boo-bye, boo-bie, boo-bie, boo-bye. A boo-boo-bye.